how to never suffer from any emotion ever again. It's a big, bold promise, and I'm going to promise it to you. But I'm not promising it to the you that you think you are. So let's get into it. When we suffer, it's because something arises, uncomfortable, a feeling state, often a thought, even though it can have connection somatically to the body. And we want to resist it. And a giant part of the resisting it is doing something extra to it, which is called identification. What do I mean by that? In this here and now, if sadness were visiting, I'm going to play like it was a little fantasy because there's no sadness here. It's pretty empty and light and expansive. If sadness were visiting and there was a thought that said, oh no, sadness is here, or judging myself, gosh, I've worked so hard on myself to get away from this sadness. Now it's back. What does that mean about me? Now I'm identifying with sadness. I'm in any sort of resistance, like, I'm not sad, I'm happy. Let me go watch Netflix or drink some more coffee or call a friend who will boost me up with dopamine and stroke my ego. That's resistance. That is what causes suffering. Okay, I just gave you many examples. That is what causes suffering. You can live, be, exist without an iota of suffering. It is actually the thing you are. So you can fully be what you are without any overlay of suffering. Okay? Suffering is the extra we're adding to what's here and now. Okay, let me say more because this is a bold invitation. And had someone invited me into what I am wanting to invite you into now, I don't know, 20 years ago or 10 years ago even, when I was in the midst of my healing journey, I don't know if I would have grokked it, but gosh darn it, I wish someone would have shaken me awake so I fully could have, and not spent the last decades identifying with suffering and resisting uncomfortable states. Okay, so what I'm sharing comes from direct lived experience, and it's a deep, vulnerable, personal invitation, even though there is no person. Enjoy the paradox of that. Feelings are felt without an I. Okay, what do I mean by that? Feelings are not the enemy. We can experience emotion, literally feel the feelings as sensations, okay, without suffering attached to them. And then we fear no emotion that's visiting. When I say visiting, I think about Rumi in the guest house and open the door and the visitors come and the visitors leave and it's all here to be experienced, okay? Sadness, shame, these are the big ones. Shame, anger for some people, that's the hook that really catches you in discomfort and over-identification. Really, over-identification is identification at all, any degree of it. What are some other? disappointment. Guilt. Ooh, guilt's like A Course in Miracles would say guilt that's the whole rub. That's the whole illusion. Undo guilt, then you undo the whole separation from life itself. And funny enough, I'm going to flip it. I'm actually going to say joy, elation, peace, excitement, euphoria. Identifying with these as well also creates something hairy and sticky, although it can feel very comfortable and fun and dopamine ridden when we're doing it. The reason it creates something hairy and sticky is because now I become an I'll use my name, Jasmine. Now Jasmine's feeling of euphoria. Jasmine's feeling joy and elation. Jasmine's feeling proud. What's going to happen when Jasmine has a rug pull the next day, the next hour, the next minute, when the friend calls and says, I'm not coming for the date we planned, when the lover says, I'm leaving you, enjoy the rest of your life, when the child says, you're not a good mother, then the Jasmine, the one who got all wrapped up in identification with the emotion, is going to suffer. Crestfallen, there'll be a drop in value, okay, for the Jasmine character, okay, and thus introduce the suffering. Okay, when we identify with or resist any sensation moving through, what I'm calling emotion for this particular talk, it introduces suffering every time. You might escape it a few times, like, oh, there was no suffering there. I just felt my feelings. Excellent. It wasn't you feeling the feelings. Feelings simply were. Okay, that was all that was here. Okay, but I promise, if you haven't broke through this this perceptual filter, or this this clunky, creaky, laborious, sometimes excruciating programming, it will come back. The emotion will again and again and again bring you to suffering. Okay, so I'm proposing that feelings are felt without an I. When you actually drop in, for some it's closing their eyes to really feel that somatically and get to what a feeling is. And I'm talking the dirty nitty gritty ones, okay? We're not just gonna be like, on the surface, I got frustrated today, although frustration is a entry point. I'm talking you're in your bed crying and it's like the ugly cry you don't want anyone to see, right? Or you're in the bathroom because it's the only place you can get a moment of quiet. If you have my life at all with 3 kids or any version of that, and you're like talking to yourself in the mirror and you're pissed and you're like, you would never want anyone to see you like that, because then they would catch you not being like the good character you want to present. Those feelings aren't attached to anything or anyone. You get to be in that, okay, without a you being there. They're simply there to be felt. And whatever seems unbearable to a mind that adds a thought that says, oh my God, I have to escape this, resist it, or make it about a person, i.e. me, that's not real, okay? Now, when I say that's not real, I'm not invalidating that you had the thought or that you noticed or were aware of it, but it's not linked to anything. The thought about a me isn't linked to an actual thing. And that's a time for another talk, so that we can actually somatically experience directly there is no I or me to link any of this emotion to, or this stirring of discomfort or comfort to, okay? So feelings are felt without an I that they are actually about, okay? There is no I that owns these feelings, okay? To have shame or pride over feelings arising, okay, that is missing the empty expansiveness of existence. The body naturally rejoices in relief for truth. Feelings move through without an identity, and this is how to never suffer from any emotion ever again, okay? Sensation sensationalizes. I'm going to use words that don't exist. Sensation is here for sensationing, okay? That's it. And you can bear it, okay? The only thing that says you can't is a thought that takes you into a self-concept called the land of me and my, that can't bear whatever life is moving, okay? You are life. You bear it all because you are it all. And there is such freedom and joy. It's like some people take ayahuasca to get to the message. You are the ayahuasca. This is the ayahuasca trip, and it never ends, okay? There is such freedom and joy to know that no emotion is to be feared, no discomfort. We don't even have to push away the euphoria and the bliss. Be with it all. Be it. Be it. Don't do it. Don't let it do you and grab a sense of I that's separate from it. Be it. And then you are free, okay? There is no suffering from any emotion ever again. Join me. Let's do it. We're doing it. We're being it. Much aloha.